Okay, just want to document this repair of this Polaroid SX-70 land camera. I believe what we have is a very common issue with these cameras, which is the motor in the back of the camera is connected to a plastic coupler. And a lot of the times what happens with these cameras is the plastic coupler breaks. And then when you put in a new cartridge of film, you will just hear the motor continuously going. And so to test that, you'll want a pack of film with a battery, of course, and just put that in. And then you'll see as soon as I close this, you're gonna hear the continuous motor. So that. And so that's just the motor. If you were to hear the mirror flapping, then that could be a different issue. But I'm almost certain it's the plastic coupler. So let's take this apart. Doing this behind the phone camera, so it's a little bit more difficult to navigate through this. Got that out now. I already removed the leather skin on this camera, obviously. I didn't want to do that on camera. Let's remove these screws. So now we'll want to take off this bottom panel. There we go. So as you can see, behind these two springs is the coupler I'm trying to get into. So we're going to remove those springs here. We will run with it. Okay. All right, you see this metal piece right here? And there's a little space in the middle that is supposed to have a piece of plastic that goes right here in the middle, and it connects it to the spring. And so this spring is connected to the motor. And so when the motor turns, the spring turns, and then that plastic piece that keeps the spring and this metal piece over here connected is supposed to turn, and in turn, turn this. Since there's no connection here between the spring and this metal piece, I guess they're both metal, but you know what I'm saying. Solid metal piece and the spring, there's no connection to the motor, so the camera is then rendered useless. So what we got to do is pull this spring, stretch it out, and make it fit into this metal piece right here. Okay, I didn't film the very tedious task of having to connect the drive spring on the motor to the gear train, but we were able to get it accomplished, so that's all good to go. And I put the back panel on, put the screws back in, and then I put the front door latch back onto the camera. And now all there's left to do is to test it. We'll put a battery, or an empty film cartridge that has a battery, into the camera. And if all is good, then we should not hear a continuous motor. It should just load up like normal. Perfect. All right. The last thing I want to do is fire off the shutter a few times to test it out. But since we're in a very dark room, I want to use my flashlight to shine some light into the light sensor so that we're not stalling up the shutter release. So let's give it a go. There's one, there's two, and there's three. All right, awesome. So that is how you fix that coupler issue in the back.